Yo, what is up, guys? Nathan back once again with another episode of the Unplugged Freedom Podcast, where we help unplug you from the matrix and the system so that you can see what is actually going on in this world around you. The lies that we are fed, the deception that we are sold. And so we are going to open up your mind, crack it open like a walnut, and expose everything to you. So today, what is it? November 20th, 2020. We are not done with 2020 just yet. So here in Canada, Western Canada, British Columbia, yesterday they actually came out with new guidelines for COVID-19. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Let me see these stupid ass guidelines. And I look, and there's basically masks everywhere, okay? The usual bullshit of, oh, you can go into a restaurant, but you got to wear your mask while walking to your table. But once you're sitting at your table, you can then remove your mask. That's totally fine. Bars are open. Strip clubs are open. Restaurants are open. McDonald's is open. Walmarts are open. Targets are open. You name it. The big box stores are open. Not your mom and pop shop. Not your uncle's little business, okay? Not your parents, not your grandparents, not your friends' business. No, those are all shut down. Those are done. Okay, they're gone. they're just being decimated at an alarming rate. And even if they are open, they're still being just killed, unfortunately, and it's just brutal. And of course, with all these new guidelines, of course, church is not open, right? You can't have funerals. You can't have any gatherings. You can only have people within your core bubble, that they called it. Your core bubble. Yes. And then what other bullshit did they come out with? Yeah, churches aren't open. Churches aren't open. I'm not a religious person, okay? I may be a bit of a spiritual person, but as for religion, I may not be religious. However, if you are, I respect that. And what I also will do is I will also stand up and say that I think that you not being allowed to practice your religion and going to your church, I think that is 100% wrong in so many frickin' ways. So, with these new guidelines, okay, this is, if you turn on the news, especially CNN, you will think the sky is falling. You will think that the world is just coming to an end if you watch CNN. It's just brutal. Put CNN on for 15 minutes and you think like, oh my God, you think people are just dying left, right, and center from the coronavirus. But today, I'm going to drop some facts, some logic, and some common sense, okay? Because that's what I like to deal with. That's the pool that I like to wade in, okay? I like to get my feet wet and wade around in the pool of logic, facts, and common sense. Your feelings, check them at the fucking door, okay? Because facts don't care about your feelings. All right? So if you're afraid that you're going to get hurt, okay, and your feelings are going to be hurt, you probably want to turn this off right now, because I will drop facts, logic, and common sense that will most likely hurt your feelings, and it will most likely go against the narrative that you've been told by your so-called trusty news media, okay? So you're probably going to get offended. So, and at the end of the day, I don't care, because logic, facts, and common sense prevail. If you were ever convicted or something and you had to go to court, you would hope that the person who is prosecuting you had what? Logic and facts, and maybe even some common sense in there as well. Because if they just had hurt feelings, well, guess what? And you got thrown in jail? Oh, Jesus. That's not a world I want to live in. That is 100%. For sure. That's for sure. Okay, so let's talk about these bullshit guidelines and why I think they are bullshit. Okay. So we're just going to talk about Canada. We're going to talk about Western Canada, but you can easily do this in your own country, in your own state, in your own province, okay? Because it's all the same, all right? So Canada, we have a population of 37 million people, all right? We have just tipped over the scale of 11,000 deaths from the coronavirus. Oh my God, 11,000 people have died. Okay. Now, of course, I don't want people to die. All right. It's not what I hope for and want. Unless they're stupid people and we don't need them. Well, the more the merrier of them. We already have an abundance of them, so the more the merrier of them would just be great. So let's come to Western Canada, British Columbia. We have 25,000 cases of the coronavirus, many of which who have recovered, luckily, which is great. Now, you would think that 25,000 cases would be a lot of people, and you would not be wrong. 25,000 is a lot of people. I have been to an event a few years ago that had 5,000 people in the room. It was one of the coolest things I ever seen. 5,000 people just rocking and rolling. I've never seen anything like it. And so, to put this into perspective, down in Vancouver, we actually have an arena. It's where our Vancouver Canucks play hockey. And that arena houses 18,000 people. So, 25,000 people, we're talking about 1.5 times. 1.5 times? That'd be 8, 9. Yeah, about 1.5 times what that arena can hold, Rogers Arena. It's a lot of people. And you would be right if you thought it was a lot of people as well. So, we're going to do some math today. We're going to use this thing that's in between our ears called our brain. It's pretty easy. I won't make you work too hard, but just follow along. Okay, I've even got my other phone here so that I can use the calculator. You can use your calculator for this. It's quite easy. Okay, so we have 25,000 cases. I'm not going to talk about the deaths just yet, but we're gonna focus just on the cases of COVID-19 right now. British Columbia, 25,000 cases. Now, our population here in British Columbia is 5 million. That's our population here. So what we want to do is we want to break down the percentage of what is the percentage of people who have coronavirus or who have had it in comparison to our population. Would it be 75% of our population? Would it be 50? Would it be 25%? So that's what we want to do. Okay, so let's just start off with a big number. So we got a 5 million population. How many would that be if 50% of our population had the coronavirus? Well, that would actually be 2.5 million. So we're looking for what number? 25,000. That's what we're looking for, because that's what the cases that we had. Okay, so 2.5 million, that's way too much. So obviously it is not 50%. Now, what if we were to come way down, let's say 10%. 10% of our population, 50 million, that's 2.5, 5 million, 500,000. 500,000 people at 10%. If 10% of our population in British Columbia got the coronavirus, that would be 500,000 people. Okay. So that's way too much, right? And that's at, what, 25%? 10%. That's at 10%. Whoa. Really? 10%? Interesting. Because you'd almost think that it would have to be 10% or greater of our population, because if you turn on CNN, if you turn on the news, like, holy smokes, they talk about it like people are just dying left, right, and center. People are just fucking, got this virus left, right, and center. But wait. Not even 10% of our population has the coronavirus here in Western Canada? Okay, I don't know, maybe my math's wrong. Maybe you can confirm that. So that's 500,000. What if we go 5% of 5 million? No, that doesn't work either, because that's 250,000 people. We're looking for 25,000. That's our cases. So if 5% is not a very big number. That's only 5 cents out of a dollar. So 5% of our population hasn't even got the coronavirus? And that's still 250,000 if it did? Wait a minute. Okay, just wait. Hold on. Okay. So that means if we're looking for 25,000 cases, we would have to divide 250,000 divided by 10. If my math is correct, and you can double check this for me, please, okay? I would love for someone to just double check this for me. I'm pretty sure we're looking at half a percent of our population in British Columbia, Canada, has had the coronavirus. Wait. That's got to be wrong. There's what? No. 0.5%? Wait. Like, no. That's got to be like the deaths, right? We haven't even got to the deaths yet. Oh shit. Okay. Just wait. So when I turn on the news, when I turn on the radio, listen to the news, when I turn on CNN, when I turn on global TV, and I turn on all this stuff, you read the newspapers, you look at the restrictions that they just released yesterday, you would think that people are getting the coronavirus just left, right, and center. You would think that people are just dying left, right, and center. And if my math is correct, which I'm pretty sure it is, because I got a calculator here, 0.5%, not 1, not 2%, not 3, not 5, but 0.5% of 5 million is 25,000. Holy moly. 25,000. 0.5%. Okay. So that means 99.5% of people are just living life, just doing their thing. 99.5% of people. Holy moly. If you had a 0.5% chance of dying today, would you feel pretty good? Like, pretty good that you weren't going to die today? If you had a 0.5% chance of being hit by a car today, do you think you would feel pretty confident that you were probably not going to be hit by a car today? Well, I know I would. I don't know about you, but I certainly would. Like, if I had a 99.5% chance that I wasn't going to get hit by a car, I'd be walking across every street that there was, feeling pretty confident. Wow, that's, I don't know about you, but that's surprising. Because like I said, when you turn on the news, you turn on the radio, you read the newspapers, like, you would just think that coronavirus is just fucking going wild. Right? Like, that's what you would imagine. You would imagine the number would at least be a whole percent. Like, at the very least, be at least 1%, right? But it's not. Okay. Maybe it's the deaths, though. Maybe that's what we're worried about. Maybe that's what is making everybody go crazy right now. And that's why we got to have all these new ridiculous fucking restrictions. Okay, maybe it's the deaths. So let's talk about the deaths. Okay. So once again, Canada, we have hit 11 million, no, almost said 11,000 deaths from the coronavirus. Now, that's a lot of people to die, okay? That's a lot of people to die. And like I said, I don't want people to die. It's not what I'm about. Unless they're stupid people, right? So I'm sure we could all get by with a few less stupid people, ruining our days. So, okay, so let's focus on the deaths. So we got 11,000 deaths in all of Canada, but let's just narrow it down to British Columbia. We're just gonna make things simple because BC is where we've just implemented these new ridiculous fucking restrictions. So the deaths. We check out the deaths of British Columbia, and we have, drumroll please, 321 deaths. That is correct. I did not misread that. Out of 5 million people, 5 million. 321 people. You can damn near count that on one hand. Oh my god. This can't be true. This can't be true. Somebody else confirm this for me, please, because this can't be true. This cannot be true. We are shutting down a country. We are shutting down a province. We are shutting down. You can't go to church and practice your religion. You can't see your dying father, your dying mother, your dying grandmother, your dying sister, brother, whatever. You can't see them. You can't visit them. Because 321 fucking people have died in all of BC out of a population of 5 million. I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty fucking mad if a family member of mine passed away and I couldn't see them. I don't know about you, but I would be furious. Because of something that only 321 people died from. Okay. So, let's just focus on the 25,000 people, which is, remember, that's only 0.5% of the rest of our population. But we're just going to focus on that 25,000 people. So, 321 people out of that 25,000 must be like 50%, right? Right? So we're going to do the same thing that we just did with the other numbers. So 50% of 25,000 is what? 12,500. Wait a minute. So okay, that number's way too big. So obviously it's not 50%. So what is 5%? So that's not it either. Because that's 1,250 people. That's four times what we need. Okay, wait a minute. That's okay. So what is 1%? Oh, okay. Whew. Okay, good. Okay. Good news. It's at least 1%. At least. Okay, at least it's not another 0.5%, because seriously, that would just be fucking... I would probably lose my shit, if it was 0.5% of the 0.5%. So at least we're in a solid, figure. We're in a solid 1%, okay? So 1% of 25,000 cases is 250 people. And we're looking for 321. Okay, so at least we're above that threshold. Okay, so that's some good news. Okay, so it's not totally ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. What about 1.5%? Ooh, okay. So, unfortunately, we're not even up to 1.5%, because that's 375 people. Okay. Okay. It looks like 1.3%. Okay. I don't. Okay, so tell me again why we're shutting the country down. Tell me again why mom and pop local businesses are having to shut their doors. Tell me again why kids cannot go to school. Why people are committing suicide at an alarming rate. Tell me again why divorce rates are skyrocketing. Domestic abuse violence is fucking skyrocketing. All for 1.3% of 0.5% of the population in British Columbia. I'm waiting. Someone please tell me the reasoning for this. Because looking at these numbers, I don't know about you, but this is fucking ridiculous. 325 is the number. That is 1.3% of 25,000. Now let's talk about the whole entire population. So we're going to take 5 million. Like I said, you can follow along with your calculator. So 5 million, we're going to multiply that by point. And you're going to need the little percentage symbol. You're going to need that in your calculator. 5 million times 0.0035%. Nope, that's not it. There it is right there. If you take 5 million and you multiply it by 0.0065%, you will get 325. That's not even a tenth of a percent. That's not even 100th%. So that means, so basically what we can do is this. So we can take 100 minus 0.0065, and we will get a number which is 99.9935%. That is correct. 99.9935% of people will most likely survive from coronavirus. We are shutting down the country, the world. People are dying at an alarming rate from domestic violence, from mental health issues, from suicides, from overdoses, all kinds of things. For a virus that if you turned on CNN and you watched it just for half an hour, you would think that CNN was looking at these numbers backwards. That 99.9935% of people are dying from this virus. That's how CNN makes you feel. When in actuality, 0.0065% of people are dying from this fucking virus. That we are shutting the world down, shutting the economy down. I work with clients, I do marketing, I do websites, and my biggest thing is getting them more customers through their doors. I love emailing a company and a client and saying, we just broke another record this month. Check this out. Your business is now in front of 3,000 more people. It's so exciting. I had a restaurant. He had the best year of 2019. He had to close his doors this year. The most humble, nicest, family-run restaurant man you'd probably ever meet. He was so grateful, so incredibly grateful for the success that his little restaurant had and how we helped him. I loved emailing him and saying, look at what we did. He had a famous Russian TV blog on YouTube come to his restaurant. He had a famous chef Indonesia, Master Chef Indonesia, Chef Juno, come to his restaurant. He won his TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence for 2019. He won his Traveler's Choice Award for 2019 through TripAdvisor. He went from about 100 reviews to over 3,000 reviews, I believe it was. And he had to shut his doors this year. for something that kills less than 1/100th of people. Now you can double check my facts, my logic, and my common sense. And I urge you to. So when I see ridiculous fucking restrictions come out in my province, in my home, you better have good reasonings for that. And a 99.99% survival rate is not a good reason for that. I have a higher chance of getting hit by a car when I'm walking through town than I do from dying from the coronavirus. I have a higher chance, probably, dying from something else, well, most likely, dying from something else, anything else but the coronavirus. I have a extremely high chance of dying from many other things other than the coronavirus. So I don't know about you, but the numbers don't add up for me. So if you want me to follow your ridiculous fucking restrictions, you better give me a good reason. Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you to shove those restrictions up your ass. And I have people who, I even had it yesterday. I was talking about masks. I said, fuck those masks. All right. Fuck those masks and fuck your virus with a survival rate of 99.99%. And they said to me, they literally said to me, well, don't you have a grandmother? What about your girlfriend's grandmother? What about your friend's grandmother? What about my grandmother? They try to guilt you into this shit of these restrictions. And I said, hey, okay, I hear what you're saying. You want me to wear a mask because I could potentially kill your grandmother. Okay, so let's take that logic, okay? We're going to take that logic. And I talked about this a little bit before, but we're going to take that logic. Let's go pre-COVID. You remember the good old days when we used to have birthday parties? We'd fucking breathe all over, blow out our candles, and then we'd serve that up to people. Remember those good old days? Fuck, them were the days. Where we used to like handshake with people. But I want you to think back to a specific time when you woke up in the morning and you woke up and you're like, oh my God, I feel like shit. Your face is stuffed up, your nose, your throat, you can barely breathe. Oh my God. You remember those days? You remember those fucking days? And what'd you do? Sometimes you'd pick up the phone and you'd be like, yo, boss, I can't come into work today. I'm sick. And what'd your boss say? Your boss was like, fuck that. You're coming into work, okay? Don't need your stupid ass staying at home today. And you're like, fuck. So what did you do? You went to work, you went to school, you went to class, whatever you did, you went to the office, whatever it was, you went. Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, just fucking popping pills, thinking that that's going to help you. You're like, oh yeah. Did you ever wear a mask? Did you ever wear a mask? Like that's an honest question. Did you ever wear a mask, and did the thought of wearing a mask ever come to you in that situation? Did the thought that you being sick with that virus right then and there, you could pass that on to someone? You could pass that on to someone who was very highly susceptible to a virus and very fragile. let's say you passed it on to somebody else who then passed it on to their grandmother. So you killed their grandmother. So I bet you killed just as many grandparents, if not more, as I have pre-COVID. So now all of a sudden you're some fucking high and mighty Mr. fucking hero, Mrs. fucking hero, with your stupid ass mask for a virus that has a 99.9999%. I said 0.99. Like, we use Lysol on our desks that kills 99.99% of viruses. Why do we use Lysol? Because that's a high number. That's basically 100%. So basically, you have a 100% chance of survival. Oh, you just can't make this shit up. And I'm the fucking conspiracy theorist. I'm the crazy one. No, I'm the fucking one who's got a brain in between his ears, who can think for himself, who doesn't need the media, the TV, and the bullshit to tell me how to think and what to think. I can take what they tell me and say, hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. This just doesn't add up. Why are we shutting everything down for something that literally has a 99.99% survival rate? Oh, and you also want you want me to drop another fucking fact on top of your head while I just dropped everything else? Well, guess what? What's the average age of the person who dies from the COVID-19 fucking virus? 70 goddamn fucking years old. 70 fucking years old is the average age of someone who dies from the coronavirus. 70 years old. So I don't know about you, but I think it is highly wrong. Highly wrong. Incredibly, disgustingly wrong. What we are doing to our country, what we are doing to our people, what we are doing to our rights and our freedoms. For something that has a 99.99% survival rate, with the average person dying is 70 fucking years old. I'm 34 years old next week. People think I'm crazy because I don't want to wear a fucking mask. Oh my God. People wonder why I think I'm from another planet. Because you cannot make this shit up. 1 + 1 = 2. You can take out your calculator and you can run the numbers just like I have. And you will get the same exact answers just like I have. My hope for you and my hope for them is that they realize the shit that they've been told. So I will leave you at that. That we are shutting down the country. We are killing people. People are going through incredible things mentally for something that has a 99.99% survival rate. And who's doing this? Your government is doing this. Your media is doing this. The people who you are supposed to trust and turn to are doing this. I am not killing your grandmother. They are. I'm not the reason you can't see your dying grandma. They are. So hopefully you can wake up and you can smell the shit.